Hello friends of Sudoku and welcome to an expert puzzle, this time by The Guardian. This is from, I think, the 7th of January, but I'm not quite sure. It's the first time that I attempt a solve of one of The Guardian's puzzles, so it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. Oh, I can see a 3 here and a 3 here, and a 3 here. They block all of these cells here, and therefore this cell must be a 3. It's always nice to find a digit at the beginning. It gives me hope. This is a 4 or a 5 because we need a 3, 4, 5, and a 6 for this column, and there's a 3 and a 6 in this row. So this is a 4 or a 5. There's a 3, 4, 5 here. Okay, so this is a 6. That's nice. And this is now a 3, 4, and a 5. Let's say there's a 3 here blocking this cell. There's a 3 here blocking this cell. So these two are 4 and 5s, and this is a 3. Nice. I'm making a few mental notes as I continue. As I said, 4 and a 5 pair here. There's a 2 going down here, and that means that one of these will have to be a 2, and therefore one of these will have to be a 2. There's a 9 here and here, making one of these a 9. And one of these will have to be a 7 because of these two 7s. And these two 7s force a 7 to go here or here. 6 here, 6 here, and 6 here force a 6 eventually to go in one of these two cells. And a 7 will have to go in one of these two cells because of this 7 and this 7, right? And I can see that this 6 here forces a 6 to go either here or here. And the 5 here forces a 5 to go either here or here. So I now know that a 5 and a 6 for the center row 5 will have to go in this box. So I don't have to look for them in this box and in this box, at least not for this row. And that also means that one of these two cells will have to be a 6, right? Because if we have a ghost 6 here, and we have a 6 over here, that makes one of these a 6. And therefore, this could be a 6 or this could be a 6 because the 6 blocks this cell and the 6 blocks this cell. And since one of these will have to be a 6, then this cannot be a 6 as well, can it? The 2 here and here forces a 2 to go in one of these two cells. 8 and 4, 8 and 4 rule out only these cells. So these 3 could be 8s and 4s. Not very clear. Let me have a closer look at things. Yes, I think I've spotted a 9. It must go here. You may ask why is that so? Well, let's just do a simple count. This cell cannot be a 1, it cannot be a 2 or a 3 or a 4. And we already established that one of these cells will have to be a 5. It also cannot be a 6 because we know that one of these two cells must be a 6, therefore also blocking this cell. It cannot be a 7 or an 8. Yeah, it's got to be a 9. The 9 here and the 9 here and the 9 up here puts a 9 in this cell like so. And now this 9 and this 9 and this 9 forces a 9 to go here. And finding this 9 was quite convenient because now this 3 is blocking this cell, and therefore 3 for column 9 must go here or here, and it cannot go here because of the 3 here, right? So this is a 3, and the 3 here and here block these cells, and the 3 here blocks this cell. So this is a 3 for box 6. And yes, those are all the 3s in the grid. We found them. Let's look at rows with more than 4 digits in them, because I always find that having rows with 5 or more digits often finds me a single or maybe even a pair. Let's look at this row here. We need to find a 2, 4, 6, and a 7. There's a 4, 7 here, so this is a 2 or a 6. There's a 2 and a 6 here, so this is a 4 or a 7. But here we got a 4 and we got a 2. So this is a 6 or a 7. No, actually, I don't know what I'm talking about. This cell cannot be, these two cells cannot be a 4, and this cell cannot be a 4 because of the 4 here. So this is, of course, a 4. And now one of these two cells will be a 4, and the other one will be a 9. Look at the 9, 4 here, and look at the 9, 4 here. That makes these two a 4, 9 pair. Interesting. The remaining three cells here have to be a 2, 6, and a 7. The 7 can't go here because of the 7 here. The 7 can't go here because of this 7. So this is a 7. This is now a 2, 6, and this is now a 2, 6. And having found this 7 here, we can now enter a 6, because a 6 for this column 6 can't go here because of this 6. It can't go here because of this 6. It can't go here because of the aforementioned ghost 6 that will have to go in one of these two cells. It also can't go here because of this 6. So therefore, this is a 6. And now these two 6s and these two 6s block all of these cells here. And therefore, this is a 6. Let's get back to the 4, 9 pair here, right? Thinking about this cell and these two, what can they be? If these two are 4, 9, we still need to find a 1, 5, 8, and a 2. So one of these will have to be a 2. Unfortunately, that's all I can say. No, one of these will have to be a 2, and that is a 2, and this is a 2. Therefore, this must be a 2. And that makes this a 2, doesn't it? And now one of these will have to be a 2. And because we found this 2, we now know that the 2, 6 pair we had here can be resolved because this now must be a 6 and this must be a 2. And now the 6 here blocking these cells forces a 6 to go in this cell here. And remember our ghost 6 here? We can now resolve it because we have this 6 and we have this 6 and we have this 6. So this is a 6 and that makes this a 6 here because all other cells are blocked by these 6s like so. This is now a 2 and a 5, making these three a 4, 9, and an 8. And as I'm analyzing this, I'm seeing that the 9 can't go in this cell, therefore it must go here or here. And in combination with the 9 here, we now know that this cell down here must be a 9. And that makes this a 1. Nice. And because this cell now cannot be a 1 anymore, we know that this cell must be a 1. And this is now 5. What happened up here? Did I click on something wrong? It couldn't be. How do I get rid of this? I really don't know how to get rid of this. Okay, just ignore these pencil marks because I don't know what I clicked on to cause that to happen. Anyway, let's continue. This is a 9, as I said before. The two corner cells down here have to be a 7 and an 8. This cannot be a 7 due to the 7 here. Therefore, this is an 8 and this is a 7. Now the 7 here, and these two 7s force a 7 to go here in the top row, like so. And these two have to be a 1 and a 7. There's a 7 in this column, so this is the 1 and this is a 7. And this is now a 4 and an 8. Can we do something with the 5? We know that one of these will have to be a 5, right? We also know that the other one will have to be a 1 because a 1 can't go here. A 1 can't go here because of the 1 here, and the 5 can't go here because of the 5 here. So these are 1s and 5s, making this an 8. And this 8 now, and this 8 forces an 8 to go here. And now one of these two will have to be an 8. And these two being a 1 and a 5 makes this a 5 over here. And that makes this a 4. Remember, we had a 4-5 pair from the beginning. And since a ghost 1 is going to happen over here, and we have a 1 here, we need to find a 1 for one of these two cells. And it can't go here because of the 1 already in the column. So this is a 1. The last cell here is going to be a 4. And that makes this a 4. And since we have a 4 and here, we need to find a 4 for the top row. We already established that these two cells have to be a 4 and a 9, didn't we? And since this cell now can't be a 4 anymore due to this 4, this is now the 4, and this is a 9. And that makes this a 9, and I got rid of the ugly pencil marks. Thanks for that. This cell must be an 8, because it's the last digit missing. We have an 8 here covering these cells. We have this 8 blocking this, so this is now an 8. And let's see, we have a 1 here and here blocking these cells, and we have a 1 here blocking this cell, so this is a 1. And these two 1s, of course, now put a 1 in this cell and a 1 here, and this is going to be a 5. And that makes this a 5, and this must be a 2 now. That makes this a 2, and this a 2, and this a 5. And now one of these will have to be a 5, and it can't be this because of the 5 in the column. So this is a 5, making this an 8, and then this is an 8, and this is a 4. We remember all of these little combinations from earlier, didn't we? So this is a 4, and this is a 2. That wasn't a bad puzzle at all. I think I will have to look at more the Guardian puzzles, especially the expert ones, because this was quite fun. And I hope that you also enjoyed it and that you will come back for more soon. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.